Still really hot.
Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another I Sell Eats and Treats video where we prioritize health and longevity. So to start off this video, this is actually a grocery shopping day and I made some delicious creamy tomato soup and some gluten-free teff flatbread the day before. So I simply warmed that up after having some herbal medicinal tea, and this was so good. I read somewhere or heard somewhere online on social media, wherever, that you should never go grocery shopping while hungry because you're gonna just pick up a whole heap of stuff that you do not need. And a girl loves to save money, so of course I wanted to get some good food in my stomach before shopping for more good food to put into my stomach. So after drinking that delicious tomato soup, I went ahead and took my vegan iron supplements and some yellow dog. Of course, I do not necessarily have to do this, but as a plant-based girly, I've been taking this for the past 6 months and it's really helped my hair to grow, and it's also helped to ease my menstrual pain during that time of the month. Since I did not get the chance to start off my day with a green juice as I would usually prefer, I went ahead and made a juice with some produce I got from the store today. So that included some cucumbers that I unfortunately had to peel because they were not organic, some fresh mint, and some green apples, and a little piece of ginger. And this was very calming, it was very soothing, nothing too pungent, and it was very tasty and very refreshing. If you have never tried papaya with freshly squeezed key lime, you are missing out. It's so delicious. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and make a salad for today's lunch. I wasn't craving anything too big. I wanted something fresh but something that was still filling, so I'm making some burro banana fries, and I'm just keeping the seasoning very simple: some black pepper, some salt, some garlic powder, and onion powder, and tossing that in the oven so it can cook instead of deep frying it. And I'm making my delicious vegan ground beef from walnuts and baby bella mushrooms. You can check out the link in description box if you want that recipe. It's very simple and it's mostly alkaline, just exclude the garlic in the recipe. And I'm also using coconut aminos to continue to keep it alkaline and to keep it soy free and gluten free. And this is one of my favorite recipes. I make it all the time. It's so easy to make, it's delicious, and walnuts are great for you and they are amazing for your brain. So if you're looking to help your brain, help your memory, help your nerves, go ahead and include walnuts in your diet. Assembling this salad was quite easy. I could have made a salad dressing, but I made the vegan quote-unquote ground beef extra saucy, so I actually did not need any sort of dressing. It basically seeped into the lettuce and the kale. And oh, by the way, you need to be massaging your kale. If you're not massaging your kale, it's gonna be very hard on your digestive system. So go ahead and do that, okay? My friend and I went to the park and we chilled while I brought a book, and we just enjoyed the rest of the Georgia sun that's been coming out. And I drank some more of that herbal tea that I made earlier. I love to make like a liter and keep it in the fridge as a batch so I don't have to make it every single day. And of course, I am munching on more seaweed because it's freaking delicious. And for dinner, before going to bed, I enjoyed some Ethiopian split peas that I made the day before and some more of that teff flatbread. And for dessert, I'm having 3 dates with some sunflower seed butter and walnuts topped on top of it. And if you add chocolate, they taste just like Snickers. couldn't already tell, on this corner of the internet, we love to start off our days with herbal tea. It really helps to prepare your stomach for digestion for what you're going to be eating. So I love to have some sort of herbal tea, or at least 1 liter of key lime water about 15 to 20 minutes before I have my first meal. So I'm actually making a new batch of some Jamaican Guaco that is awesome for menstrual cramps, and that is also awesome for digestion. It's antiviral. There's so many health benefits to that tea. If you want to purchase it, it will be included in the description box down below. And now I am preparing some burro banana and some green apples to freeze for a smoothie I will be having later on this day and later on in the weekend. Burro bananas and green apples are not really things that you can find in the frozen section, so I just like to do this myself, and my frozen apples at my local Aldi are not that expensive. So since I went ahead and broke my fast with some herbal tea and some fruit, I decided to go ahead and make some green banana porridge, Jamaican green banana porridge, because I was craving that. Somebody might say that I am a baby or whatever. I don't care. I literally love Jamaican porridge, and I wanted to keep this alkaline as possible, so I'm using green burro bananas. But you can basically porridge anything. You can porridge plantain, you can porridge cornmeal, you can porridge oatmeal. There's just so many different things that you can porridge. And I also love to make my coconut milk from scratch. I love to make it from scratch. I get a lot more out of it than I would get from a can, and I don't really like the taste of canned coconut milk. It just kind of tastes strange. And also I get coconuts for cheaper than I would get coconut milk, so it's just overall a win-win for me. If you're interested in learning how to cook porridge like a true Jamaican, like you come from yard, go ahead and check out the description box, and you can find all of my different porridge recipes. I have a lot. Look at that porridge, or should I say rich and creamy. If you have a good memory, you will remember that I froze some green bananas and some green apples earlier in the video, which was literally just a few minutes ago, so I would hope you remember. So I'm going ahead and making a smoothie. This was actually before my menstrual cycle, so I'm just adding a lot of adaptogens like maca and ashwagandha to help with stress relief, and also to just help my body as a woman. I'm adding some blue vervain, that is also great, and some spirulina for all of the nutrients that come from sea algae, however you want to pronounce it. And this is honestly one of my favorite smoothies. It tastes so sweet. The dates make it taste so nice, and it's incredibly refreshing. And if you add just a couple tablespoons of hemp seeds, the protein absolutely makes it a complete meal. So for lunch slash leftovers, I'm going to go ahead and prepare some Jamaican brown stew chicken, but obviously not using chicken because this is vegan, okay? This is all I tell. I am using oyster mushrooms. This is one of the mushrooms that really mimic like that meat texture so well. So if you are plant-based and looking for a good switch and you miss that flavor and that texture, definitely check out some oyster mushrooms. I get mine from my local Asian market. As said earlier, I'm trying to keep everything in this video as alkaline as possible, minus garlic and a couple other things. So I'm using chayote or chocho instead of potatoes, but you only have access to potatoes, or if you want to use potatoes, it's totally fine. The recipe will be linked in description box and on my website. due to the fact that I'm not putting potato in this recipe, I'm using chocho instead. I wanted to make it thick up a little bit more, so I added some chickpea flour and water. That's obviously not something that you would typically do for Jamaican brown stew, but this is just something that I wanted to do because nobody else was eating this other than me, and it didn't really change the color too much, which I was happy for, and it added a nice thickness to the gravy, to the sauce, without me having to add any like white flour or whole wheat flour. It was a completely alkaline thickener agent that I was very happy for. Recently ordered this new longevity supplement called red reishi mushroom, and I wanted to try it on camera and see what it tastes like because people said it's really bitter.
Cheers. It's not that bad. It's kind of nice actually.
To wrap up the day, I went ahead and just consumed a big glass of that Jamaican Guaco that I brewed up earlier. It kind of looks like coffee, to be honest. And then I had some porridge with some blueberries for dinner because that's just what I was in the mood for, okay? Do not judge me. It is currently the last day of the weekend, aka Sunday, and today I'm starting off by making some homemade rosemary hair growth oil. If you do not know, rosemary is absolutely amazing. It's one of the best herbs that you could include in your hair care regimen to make your hair grow long and fast. So I have a really awesome recipe for this on my website, and it includes all of the step-by-step instructions how to do this, and written instructions are just better than explaining in a video. So go ahead and check out the link in description box, the recipe on my website, if you want this hair growth oil that has helped me out a lot and helped me recover from stress-induced alopecia.
Maybe it's just all in my head. Maybe I'm just kind of emotions. Maybe it's just something you did. Triggered and I can't even focus. Maybe it's just all in my head.
I am in my homemaking era, my DIY homemade, I'll do it myself, I'm gonna do it myself era, okay? I have been making this delicious homemade sunflower seed butter for literally half the price. It cost me about $3 per bag from Aldi, and if I use the entire bag, I will get about probably over 16-20 ounces, and that same price in stores for a jar would probably be about $8. So I'm loving this DIY era. It's saving me a lot of money, and it honestly tastes better. At this point, I'm currently rushing to head out the door because I'm meeting my friends at the park at a picnic, and I unfortunately ended up being the last one to make it due to annoying Atlanta traffic. So I warmed up some leftovers of those green bananas and of my alkaline vegan brown stew quote-unquote chicken or oyster mushrooms, but I wanted to bring a snack with me so I wouldn't have to buy anything out. So I made like this teff flatbread with some carob that is a great chocolate replacement. I spread it with some of that sunflower seed butter that I made and topped it with some strawberries and blueberries, and this was very tasty. I didn't have time to eat it at home, so I actually wrapped it up in some foil, which yes, I know is poisonous, and I brought it with me to the picnic, and it was so much fun meeting up with my friends. And I just felt so blessed on this day because the sun was out and we were really catching up and just enjoying ourselves.
Yeah. All right. Check. I had to hit that slide out so these niggas know me. And I've been in my hideout, had to pump that, get that thump back, hit low, 1 2 step, I run that, get that boom back dumping.
When I came home, I was actually starving, so I served up some leftovers of that fallen apart flatbread with some sunflower seed butter and blueberries, and I went ahead and prepared some lion's mane mushroom for the first time ever. This was so freaking delicious. I went ahead and seasoned it up with a whole heap of different seasonings. I put some fresh garlic in there and some rosemary in there, and I definitely need to get a written recipe of this soon.
Let's do a taste test. Oh my god, that tastes amazing. I'm gonna try my hardest not to finish this right here, right now, before the pasta is over. Wow, look at that. Do not zoom in on me. Focus on the lion's mane, please. These are like little chicken strips. They could be in strips of chicken. Why do you not want to zoom in? That's ridiculous. But these taste so delicious. I ate like half of it already. So I need to save it for the actual pasta.
The sauce I'm using for this recipe is actually gonna be my delicious vegan cashew cream sauce, but I didn't have any cashews, so I'm using sunflower seeds instead. If you want the recipe, you can check out the link in description box and on my website. Also important to note that if you are allergic to nuts, you can easily replace the same amount of cashews with sunflower seeds, which is what I'm doing in this video here. And if you just look at this, it looks so gourmet. I'm gonna big up myself because it looked nice. It looked good, alright? I was just so proud of myself and my skills, and I was hungry, so I literally attacked this within maybe 10 minutes. But that is everything I ate on this weekend. A full weekend of balanced eating, of healthy eating, and nourishing my body. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye!